Yes, please. So would you step forward? Yes. Put your hands together. The fourth awardee this evening is as the CA Anto Terminal Technologies. The story of Terminal Technologies is like a fairy tale. In 1993, the company was set up with a meager sum of only rupees 5,000. And today, the company has to its credit a turnover of around rupees 100 crores with a net profit of around rupees 10 crores. Not many would have believed that such a feat could be achieved at that time. But Mr. Anto has provided that in life nothing is impossible as long as you have the confidence in your abilities coupled with a never say die attitude. Terminal Technologies is engaged in the automotive and appliances interconnect components such as cable terminals and connectors. The opening of the Indian economy has led many companies to adapt global technologies, and Terminal Technologies seized these opportunities by offering solutions for chain terminals in large volumes and with the desired quality levels. Due to its focus on the latest technology and quality of products, the company has succeeded in carving out a niche for itself, especially in niche markets, and most of the major automotive OEMs, wiring harness manufacturers, MNCs in the country are daily users of the company's products for the last 15 years. The company, which has experienced astronomical growth over the last 15 years, has no plans to rest on its laurels, but is planning for accelerated growth in the coming years. The company has formed up plans to list the company's shares on the stock exchange, for which it has already signed a mandate with the merchant banker and is set to soon file the red herring draft prospectus. The listing on the stock exchange will not only unlock huge value for the company, but will always also provide investors with an opportunity to participate in the growth of the company. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together as the representative for CA Anto Terminal Technologies step forward to collect the award. We've got Mr. Anto here. All right, please put your hands together for Mr. Anto. All right, let's have a round of applause. Yes, please. Mr. Anto, would you like to say a few words? Yeah.
I'm not sure on what subject I have to speak, but still, let me begin. Respected Mr. Clifton and the dignitaries on the dais, and you friends and invitees here. I'm honored to have this award bestowed on our company, Altina Technologies India Private Limited. Our company is about 22-year-old company today, and it's started by me and my colleague Mr. Sanjay Negandhi, who's a Gujarati. We worked together from 1984 to 1988, and we got the idea how not to do the business, perhaps from our owner at that point of time, just neglecting the customers, or there were a lot of things which were not going in for the customers. We learned those tricks from there that the customer needs to be given importance, and that's how we picked up. And obviously, we both were immigrants to the city. We both were staying with our uncles in the city, so we had no capital, and the resources were very, very limited. Unlike these days, where you can Google everything and find out how to do a business, how to start a business, how to get your licenses, approvals, as we're not available. And it was struggle at those days.
Now it is okay.
Okay, it was. Perhaps in Bombay, if you want to do business, resources are not a constraint. there are methods by which you can do any kind of business even without too much of a capital. All what you need is to have, a figure for the business, an eye for the details into how to do the business, how to keep your customers happy. That's the primary thing to do the business. We didn't have any resources, but we went and took order. And we got all the products manufactured from vendors who will do it for us. We only had to give them the raw material, we only had to check the quality, and we only have to deliver the product to the customer. And that's how we started executing our orders. And that went on for some time, and then we spotted opportunities coming up in this auto sector. Auto sector was growing in the early 90s when the Japanese OEMs started manufacturing in India. So we could see the gaps where products were not manufactured in India, and then we could step into that. Those products, we could localize it fast, and we could invest for the faster development of those products. And obviously the details, the eye for the details ensured that our products were to the international level of quality. And obviously the customer preference, customer first attitude, exceed customer expectation attitude always helped us. And so the customer was always ready to entrust with their localization jobs, and that helped us. Staying very integral to your business, committing, and delivering whatever you promise. These are the qualities that customers look for. Customers look for transparency. As long as you give that, the growth is unlimited, whether you have resources or not. As long as you keep your profits within the company and invest for the growth of the company, obviously you can create an infrastructure at a later stage when you have resources. That's what we have done. We created infrastructure in the international level, and that's got customers, more and more customers' acceptance. And today we are a preferred choice for automotive localized OEMs for the terminal connector business. Customers comes to us for localizing their products, whatever they are importing, and that gives us the opportunity. And our motto still continues: customers first, invest back into the business, invest in infrastructure, invest in quality, and invest for the customer. And that's what has brought us this. We always want to grow at a higher level. We don't want to rest wherever we are, and we would be very unhappy or unsatisfied if we are growing at a 10% level. Our growth objective will be to exceed industry average, do much better than what industry is doing, and we hope to continue to do that. Thank you.
Captain Pinto is a master mariner with experience spanning over 35 years in the shipping industry. He has been a master on various Indian and foreign vessels of different types and sizes, and worked for many renowned international shipping companies globally until the year 1998, when he decided to quit sea life. Thereafter, he took up a shore job as a marine superintendent with Mercantile Lines Limited, where he helped them to substantially expand their shipping business. In 2002, armed with invaluable experience in every aspect of the shipping business, both at sea and on shore, Captain Pinto decided to set up 7 Island Shipping, a company which has grown rapidly to emerge as not only one of India's largest tanker shipping company, but also define the industry standards of operational efficiency. His revered name in shipping circles helps the company build and maintain excellent relationships with partners, customers, and suppliers. Captain Pinto's close partnership with the operational and financial heads within his company ensures that he receives daily feedback on the follow-through of major activities and processes. He has spearheaded the growth of the company since inception and reviews all major decisions made by the management and board, leading his guidance and confidence. His visionary leadership and tendency to work with the grassroots has spurred the company to its current position of strength. The company has grown from having just 1 vessel in 2003 to having 11 vessels in 2016, making it the fastest growing shipping company in India during that period. It owns 9 oil product tankers and 2 crude oil tankers with a total deadweight tonnage of over 6 lakhs metric tons. This makes it the 3rd largest liquid tanker company in India and the 2nd largest in the private sector and boasts of a turnover of over Rs 500 crores. It is time that the efforts of the low-profile Captain Thomas Pinto are acknowledged and recognized, and therefore he truly deserves this award.
I take this opportunity to thank Altina Securities for appreciating and recognizing our performances and the company's performance too. I met Mr. De Silva in our office one day and he said you must come and showcase your capabilities and what all you have done for your organization. But we being one of those backyard companies who never like to come in the front, we always prefer to maintain a low profile. And he was not willing to accept that. So I said, okay, I will come. But I was convinced the reason why he called me. He said, you're just going to show cause your case to the others.
Hello, check, hello.
So that the young entrepreneurs will learn something from you. Well, I think much of the company and the organization has been always said. But really, there is not much that I have to tell about the company. Just that the company has posted a profit of over 96 crores during the last financial year, despite the shipping being in the all this has been possible by grassroots trainings of each of the individuals who have been picked up from scratch. None of the people we took were from the competing companies. They were all freshers, trained, so we knew that they knew nothing about what is shipping all about. And nothing of the organization went outside the organization because they knew nobody from the other organization. Today the company has got CRISIL A- rating and she is also audited by EY. So we maintain crystal clear policies, total transparencies, and we deal only with Fortune 500 companies like IOC, BPC, HPC, Reliance and SR. With this, I wish to thank Mr. De Silva once again and thank you all for your
Our sixth awardee this evening is Vincent Matthias, and he's completed his BSc from Bangalore University and a Bachelor of Law from Mumbai University. Started his career in a bank and resigned to be an entrepreneur. He started his packaging business in 1987 in Mumbai. Today, he is the chairman and managing director of Velvet Group of Companies, having manufacturing facilities in Thane and Goa. He was president of WICMA for the period of 2011-2013. He has also ventured into edible oil business and has manufacturing facility at Udupi, Karnataka, and known under the brand name of Coco Uttam. He has formed Christian Chamber of Commerce and Industry to foster the economic growth of the community by bringing all businessmen together and created a platform for interaction. Today, it is a well-organized body with more than 700 plus life members. The chamber is well organized, having its own office premises and full-time secretariat. Today, it has emerged as the representative association of Christian community. He joined Mr. John De Silva and others and started the Model Cooperative Bank. The bank is having 22 branches. Presently, he is the director of the bank. He has been awarded with the Sri George Fernandez Excellent Award and for his contribution towards the social causes in the year 2012. He is also awarded the Best President Award from Lions Club International in the year 1996 to 1997. Wellman Group started its humble beginnings at Sakinaka in 1987 to manufacture corrugated boxes. As the business expanded, he moved to Versailles and established his second factory. To take care of the growing need of his customers, he has put up a state-of-the-art factory at Goa and has the capacity of producing 4 lakh cartons in 8 hours. Today, we can produce the board at par with international standard and can also add value to the product of the customer. Wellman Group has employed more than 350 employees directly and has a customer base ranging from well-known FMCG, multinational companies, pharmaceutical, electricals, consumer products, components, etc. Being a manufacturing industry and giving the required customer satisfaction speaks volumes about the dedicated workforce and work culture of its employees. As the packaging need is growing in double digits, the company has great plans to expand its territory throughout the country in the coming years. 2 years back, he took over a coconut oil producing company in Mangalore. Today, the Coco Uttam is a known brand among many other coconut oil brands and is available in many states. As the awareness of coconut oil is growing, the company sees a great potential to the product. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome Mr. Vincent Matthias.
More has been said than what I could say, because I have given a small brief, he has expanded and covered what I could say personally also. First of all, thank you Lipton and Altina Securities for giving this honor, and with humility I accept it on behalf of my company. Packaging has a great need for this product. Whatever you produce, if it has to reach the customer, we come in. It can add value to your product and enhance and make it safe in the consumer hand. We started in 87 as it is said, and as the multinational companies are coming, their demand for the international level of packaging is increasing. And unless you go for a high investment packaging machinery, today we cannot produce the quality of board or quality of product what is there in the international market. And luckily today we are geared up, not only we, along with a lot of other people are geared up to rise to the occasion and produce and give the product what the companies are ready. Our company, I would like to say, would thank the staff who has stood by me in the developing this product, adding value to this product and making this happen today. Thank you.
Our last awardee for the night is R.K. Rubin of Transkin Freight System Private Limited. Mr. Rubin came to Mumbai when he still called it Bombay, and started his journey in the field of logistics as an export cargo handling executive. Bombay was new, unfamiliar, and so was the job. There was no planned roadmap, but just the willingness to learn, to strive ahead, and to achieve. Today he is a first-generation entrepreneur offering seamless end-to-end logistics services globally with offices in 3 countries. Mr. Rubin's passion to learn from any situation and transfer those skills to improve his business has allowed him to grow effectively over the years. His constant curiosity to envision the future and inclination to adapt to change rapidly triggered his success. He is able to understand the nitty-gritties of every aspect of his business due to hands-on experience, makes him an ideal mentor and guide. He is a member of and serves on the board of trade bodies within the industry and is well revered. Every day, even on a difficult day, he says, "God is kind and has blessed me abundantly." This belief has made him celebrate every day and look forward to the next. Finally, his journey can be summed up in the words of one of the most celebrated directors, Alan Alda, who says, "You can't get there by bus, only by hard work and risk, and by not quite knowing what you're doing. What you'll discover will be wonderful. What you'll discover will be yourself."
Good evening to all of you. I think you seem to have done a lot of research about me, put in a lot of stuff about myself. I have not given all these details to you. I'm sure you picked it up from somewhere else. Okay. Well, I'm very pleased to be here. And after hearing so many distinguished, excellent businessmen doing exceedingly well, including the lady, well, I feel go off. Okay? Nevertheless, I'm very happy to be here. I'm very enthusiastic about it. Well, I've been in the, the trade, the business of logistics. I worked for Cox and King for a while and started the business. And I've come a long way. Well, it's a family-owned business. My wife and my 2 children are involved in business. So my son takes care of Europe and my daughter takes care of the US. So we still stay put in the base. That's how it is. But a lot can be done. And I'm quite interested to know how we unlock value. I think that is something that we need to seriously consider. No financing comes through for service industry in particular easily. Even manufacturers SMEs do manage to get because there is a government policy in place that market service. So we have been somehow managing, growing year after year. A sheer good service and nothing else. We have no godfathers. We have no influencing people to drive our business. It's our daily work that's keeps us going. So we thank you. Thank Altina for recognizing our performance. Thanks a lot. I need to talk to you also. Okay, to take it forward. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'd like to recognize Mr. Arun Monga, who personally came in here and collected the award. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a huge round of applause and please make some noise for all the 7 awardees that Nisha, I can see the smile in there, but something that really came strong, and I'm sure a lot of people in this group would have observed that. Winning is not important, but wanting to win is. And that's something that I've learned, that all the entrepreneurs, it's wanting to win in the whole process. is what you've actually learnt up, and something that came in huge today is the humility factor. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. You were humble in your absolutely young. Okay, just before I talk about the chief guest in here, that was all serious business. So, but on a lighter note, right? A man knocked on my door and asked for a small donation towards the swimming pool. I gave him a glass of water. But I think you can always reach out for your bottle of water and have a little bit of it and quench your thirst before we have. Yeah, okay. Right, we've got a chief guest in here. Mr. Ambi, as he's known, is a brand strategist, author and founder of BrandBuilding.com, a brand advisory. He was still recently the CEO and ED at SCP Ulka Advertising, one of India's top 5 ad agencies. A chemical engineer from IIT Madras and a management graduate for IIM Calcutta. In a 35-year-long career, he has handled assignments in marketing, sales, and advertising with companies like Red Efficient, DYNR, Boots Company, and the UDI Yellow Pages, before dropping anchor at FCP Ulka Advertising over 2 decades ago. He has had a key role in the transformation of Ulka Advertising into the SCP Ulka Group, one of India's top 3 marketing communication groups with interest in advertising, media, consulting, digital, and healthcare. He has worked on numerous brands including Dajin, Brufane, Sundur Soap, Sundrop Cooking Oil, TCS, ICIC Bank, Wipro, Tata Indica Cars, ZTV, Wipro, among others, covering diverse categories such as the consumer products, automotives, healthcare, telecom, corporate, etc. Ambi has been contributing articles to premier business publications, has conducted seminars and branding workshops for Indian MNC organizations and industry bodies. He has been a speaker at international forums, including the Kellogg Indian Conference at the Northwestern University and Cornell University. He has also been a guest faculty at several business schools, including the Indian School of Business and his alma mater, IIMC. He has also presented papers at international conferences of the Association for Consumer Research and Informants. Andy now has 8 books to his credit, including the SCP Ulka Brand Building Advertising Concepts and Case Book, I, 1 and 2, Building Brand Value, 5 Steps to Building Powerful Brands, the winner of 2007 NTCP DMA Book Prize, and For God's Sake, an ad man on the business of religion. This book was inspired by his PhD research on religion and consumer behavior. In June 2016, he launched his latest book, Nawab's Noodles, India through 50 years of advertising, to critical acclaim. Ambi has served as the president of the Advertising Club Bombay 2003-2005 and as the president of Advertising Agencies Association of India for the period of 2014-16. He successfully completed his PhD from Mumbai University in 2012 and the Advanced Management Program from Harvard Business School in 2014. He received the Distinguished Alumnus Award from IIT Madras in April 2009. Ambi is a member of the Board of Governors of IIM Calcutta and serves as an independent director at Galaxy Surfactants Limited and Real Image Media Technologies Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and welcome our chief guest tonight, Mr. Ambi. Let's welcome. And we've got Mr. Ambi, who's going to say a few words to us.
Well, I think after that long introduction, I don't need to say anything, right? I just need to stand here and say hello to all of you. But I'm in fact standing between you and the food. It's not a good place to stand with hungry people and food. So let me first thank you for inviting me here and my good friend A.K. Madhavan, also known as Bang Bangs, for twisting my arm to make sure that I'm here. Like I thought, the evening like this would be fun to have talked about my new book, which is this Kebab, Noodles and Noodles. You remember the talk. So I was actually wanting to do that talk here, but there were some constraints in terms of what we could have in terms of projection and all that. So let me just say that I've spent 37 years working with large companies, helping them build brands. And many of you here are from the SME sector. You may say, look, what is all this brand stuff got to do with us? I mean, it's all meant for big companies. Why do small companies even need to bother about, thinking about a brand? We need to make a product and sell it and make a profit. But in reality, I think even a small retailer needs to think about a brand. How do you define the brand? We worked on the TCS campaign. I remember one of the questions we had was, when TCS had 150,000 people working, if someone asks, someone working in TCS, a prospective customer asks, what does he say? Does he say I work for an Indian outsourcing company? Does he say I am working for a company which has a lot of engineers in India and I can save money for you? So we said, look, finally, anyone who meets someone working in TCS, the TCS employee, all 150,000 people should be able to say the same thing. And we have this, in marketing parlance, we call this the elevator pitch, which is, you're in a client's office and you're taking the lift up, and by luck, the MD of the company is in the lift with you. And the MD turns around and says, you work for this company, what do you guys do? And in the time it takes the lift from going from ground floor to the 10th floor, can you tell the MD why he should give you the order? So we said, can we define it? And therefore TCS, the team at TCS and the brand consultant, we work with them, defined it as, look, what will an employee at TCS be able to tell a prospective customer in less than 20 seconds what TCS does? And they defined it as experience certainty, which means you give us a project, we will deliver the project as per your expectation on cost, on time, and on quality. So that's what we do. And this, I think, is parable, is applicable to every one of you running all kinds of small companies. What is the brand? The brand is a promise you make to your customer. And a copywriter called Lord Hopkins used to work in the agency which became FCB in the US, had a nice parable. He said, a brand is a name that tells a story. If I say Lux, it should tell a story to the customer. If I say Wipro, it should tell a story to the customer. So that's what it is. So each of you who are running very successful small enterprises, I was really impressed with the quality of the companies here, and each is in its own way walking, talking Harvard Business School case study. Right? Each of you have built great businesses, but each of you have to think back and probably think today and say, look, what is the story my brand is telling? Does it say I produce the best quality grinding equipment, or does it say I provide the best quality shipping services, or does it provide the best service? So what is the story your brand is saying? And if you can define that, and not only you, every employee in your company should be able to define that, then you're successful. And tomorrow when you get listed, the market will recognize that and pay that extra to you. Why does it matter? And I'll explain this little story. I was at a car launch in Delhi at Auto Show about 8 years ago, and we were handling this car launch for Tata's, and this car was kept there. It was all covered up, and there was this young girl who walked up to me and said, "Sir, this car going to be launched tomorrow. I said, yeah, it's going to be launched tomorrow. It's a sedan. I said, yes, it's a sedan. Sir, what is the price of this car? So I said, madam, I don't know. So he said, no, sir, you work for Tata, no? So I said, no, I don't work for Tata, I work for the agency. Then you will know the price. You are working the agency, tomorrow the ad will come out, you will know the price. So I said, madam, I don't know the price. But she wouldn't let me, she kept it. No, you will know the price, you will know the price. So finally I said, look, tomorrow you come, they'll tell you the price. She said, no, I need to know today. So finally I got sick and tired of her. I said, look, why are you pestering me right now? Where are you from? She said, sir, मैं तो आज तक की reporter हूँ. She was an आज तक TV reporter. And so I said, okay, you come tomorrow and talk to the client. She'll tell. No sir, I'm आज तक की हूँ. हम लोग आज ही news निकालना. I said, आज ही क्यों? Sir, आज नहीं निकाले तो हम सबसे तेज कैसे बनेंगे? So they had the line, सबसे तेज. And that young reporter, probably 1 year on the business, understood that she had to go and dig that news out so that she can release it before. I'm sorry, I'm giving आज तक news, boss. एक पीस वाले मारेगा मेरे को.
Somebody died to take the food even before he died.
He's CNBC, so he'll start hitting me. but thankfully, I think he was in India today then. So in a sense, if you look at Aaj Tak, very interesting. Yeah? And I went and did some digging. So why is, Sabse Tez is a nice advertising line. But I realized it was not just an advertising line for Aaj Tak. They said, look, we are Sabse Tez, which means we bring out the news before anyone else. Which means what is more important? Not star reporters, not star anchors who, wear suits and sit on. So actually the studios are very small. They invested the money in reporters on the ground. They invested the money in those vans which went, go around collecting information. And they trained all their employees to say and believe and act in what their brand stands for. And therefore Aaj Tak is a very successful television channel because I believe that they managed to convey the brand essence down to the last person in the company. All of you are very successful. All of you are doing a great job. Many of you won awards today. Those of you not won awards today will definitely win awards next year or the year after, right? Awards guaranteed. All of you will you all love awards. All of you will definitely get awards. Okay? Will get awards. Pakka, guaranteed. नहीं सर, सर आप ही बोलिए.
Guarantee.
Guarantee है. लाइफ में जो मिले ना मिले अवार्ड तो मिलेगा. So you're getting award. But if you say that, look, brand is something which is not left for those big Hindustan Lever and this and that. Branding, the importance of branding is applicable to every enterprise. And if you say, if my little speech has told you that, I'll be happy. Also, let me show this new book of mine, a book called Nawab's Nudes and Noodles. It looks at Indian society through the lens of advertising. So our society has dramatically changed from what we had 30, 40 years ago to what we have today to what we're going to have 10 years from now. And advertising has presented this great scenario, whether the way we look at men, we look at women, we look at marriage, or we look at cars, or we look at telephones. So this, I would have loved to have made a talk on the book, but that is not to be. So I thought I'll promote the book and say this is a great book, you should all buy it. It's all available on Amazon, and it's available, good discount on Amazon, it's available in Crossword, it's among the Crossword bestsellers and all that. So it's a very light book, very interesting book, fun book, which you'll enjoy reading. But more importantly, don't for a minute think that branding is only for those big FMCG companies. Branding and brands are applicable to all of us. I am standing here, I am a brand. Okay, today on my own, I don't have the FC Gyulka halo on my head. I am Ambli Parmeshwaran, I am a brand strategist, and therefore I need to live that brand, what the brand stands for. Okay, so every single one of your running companies, it has to stand for that brand. And that, what is that brand? How does it look? What is the ethos of the brand? What does it stand for? If Aaj Tak subset is, if TCS experience certainty, what is your brand? And what are you doing to make sure that every single employee in your company is living that brand? So you make everyone in your company live that brand, you will definitely give them an award. Right? You'll get bigger and bigger awards and probably you'll get great valuation. So thank you very much for inviting me here. And now I think, thank you very much for your patient listening. Thank you. Madhavan.
There was something that you just kept talking about awards, right? And future awards. I can totally keep secrets on future awards. It's the people I tell them who can't. Alright, so. Yeah, what is that? This one, right? We have the authority. Natasha?
We should give an award to MB also. Even there should be an award for the MB also. You didn't get an award?
Getting an award.
People dancing. Yes, and yes, we're nearing towards the end of our session this evening, and so I'm going to call upon Natasha to give the honors of vote of thanks. So put your hands together. We've got Natasha here.
Let me take this opportunity to thank our chief guest, M.G. Parmeshwaran, for having consented to grace the occasion by his presence despite his busy schedule. As an expert in brands, his talk was most apt considering the fact that the title of the Altina Essay Contest 2016 was on the power of brands. I also congratulate the winners of the Essay Contest and Altina Entrepreneurs Excellence Awards. A special thanks to the sponsors of the event. Also thanks to Lancy, Merck and Vijay. Last but not the least, I thank all of you for your presence this evening. Thank you.
Good evening all. I think it was not required, but thank you organizers for giving me this opportunity, and big thanks to Mr. Clifton and Altina for taking these wonderful initiatives. Well, I was away from Mumbai and I thought I will hit Mumbai 5 o'clock in the evening, go home, change, shave, and then come properly in this meet, which I should have, but of course, Mumbai traffic, I thought rather than missing, I should be here, and those should not be reasons for me to skip this. And here I am, so beg your pardon for not being in formal attire fully, but I think that's not very important. Robert sitting, I think, behind Robert, taking a lot of initiatives, so thank you very much. Well, will not take much of time, but I must take a minute since I have been given opportunity, and this is all about wealth creation for emerging businesses. Whether we look at branding or we look at wealth creation, I think to me both go hand in hand. And having worked with corporates like ITC, Reliance Industries, and here comes my wife, she is also late, so thank you Madhu for accompanying me, and so she is my business partner too. So having worked with corporates like ITC, Reliance and Pricewaterhouse, I noticed and realized that it's all about the power of brands, and how perhaps entrepreneurs like Dhirubhai Ambani or we name any other entrepreneurs of that scale, what was perhaps driving was that vision to create brand and vision to create wealth. And that's how we have adopted the tagline of progress with values, and what we do perhaps is very simple, that identifying niche businesses, progressive businesses, and taking them public, taking them onto the growth platform, and hand-holding those companies, those brands to become big. And I must share with great humility and sense of pleasure that perhaps more than 1/3 of friends sitting out here we are in touch with. Either we have already taken them public and got them listed, or we are in process of taking them listed. Mr. Antov sitting very quietly and listening. I think we should now speed up the work, because the kind of balance sheet he has, and big round of applause for him. I think great balance sheet, and we very seldom come across balance sheet like him. I have kind of commented on your balance sheet, but I think it's all positive, and in any case it's going to be public very soon. So Rishikesh, I think he is from Frankfurt, and he is big round of applause from Frankfurt. He has come all the way down and drove down perhaps from Pune along with Mr. Sanjay. So thank you Mr. Sanjay for bringing such nice businesses and progressive entrepreneurs. Mr. Monga is here. So again, very pleased to have chosen the path of wealth creation, and I'm sure companies like Monga, companies like Terminal, companies like Ashapura, Intimates and Group, we will together make a very, very good impact. And all this has been made possible because of untiring efforts of Mr. Clifton. And I think we all will be failing in duty but for this. So I sincerely request to please stand up and give a standing ovation to Mr. Clifton, because selflessly he has been working for the development. When I met him perhaps a year back, and we met on the occasion of 100th listing of SME on Bombay Stock Exchange, and on that day we met the way we meet any stranger of commercial gain. And I think hats off to him, be it essay competition, be it entrepreneurship, be it he likes the community, he likes the entrepreneurs so much that he puts himself into the shoes of all of us, and he believes that each one of the entrepreneurs, each one of the friends should become perhaps Dhirubhai Ambani, and that's why he is carrying in this booklet also top 10 brands, and I think he believes and he thinks that all of us should be there in the top 10 in days and years to come. So I think we share common goal. Of course, his is non-commercial and mine is commercial, but nevertheless the goal is common, and I am sure together we will make a very, very good impact. And listing the company or going to public used to cost a lot. There were a lot of processes, there were a lot of formalities, there were a lot of compliance issues, and larger economies perhaps cannot drive the economy, the country, and that's how government felt that our country has to have a tailor-made, a customized platform, a growth-oriented platform for progressive companies. A 5,000 crore company perhaps could have or can come out with a public issue, but what about a 5 crore turnover company? What about a 50 crore turnover company? And in that context, a platform has been launched, a scheme has been devised by Government of India, taking international cues, and that model, the SME model of India has today, in a very short span of 4 years to 5 years time, has become the fastest growing market in the world, both in terms of number of companies that have come and got listed, 177 companies achieving the market capital of more than 10,000 crores, and also the returns these companies have provided to the investors. So well, this is the platform. I should not take much of time in explaining and sharing the technicalities out of it, but I just thought I'll make a mention, and looking forward to take each of these companies, those who have assembled and also those who could not come for various reasons, to public and handhold for the path of wealth creation. With this, thank you very much, and we have been, indeed it's our pleasure to have been part of this great initiative, and look forward to support and be part of such occasions even in days to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Mahavir. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for yourself as well. Everybody, all right, yeah, let's have a huge round of applause. Yeah. Right, okay, dinner is being served. But just on the lighter note, just before we go out for dinner, you know Kabaddi is all over town, right? All over the championships, right? Yeah? Oh, fine. So this lady, the wife, is standing in front of the councillor and saying, look, I have to separate from my hubby. But madam, he is the biggest and the greatest Kabaddi player. That's the problem, sir. He only comes, touches me and runs away. So please don't run away. You can stay back and you can touch your drinks and have the food. Yeah. Good luck. Good evening.
Yeah.